Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me for this week's Weekly Wisdom. Now, we're going on a journey through 5 leadership lessons that I learned from my parents. And this next one is one that I remember vividly. You see, if you know my dad's a pretty amazing guy. And he's also kind of a tough guy. He's got a lot of tattoos, black belt in karate, drill sergeant in the military, and just kind of gives off an aura that you don't mess with him. Now, in first grade, my dad was going to see a buddy of his. And I asked if I could go, and my dad said no. And I got super mad, because that's what first graders do. And I didn't know that my dad could still hear me. And I said, I hate you. And I went about playing and completely forgot about the incident by the time my dad got back from visiting his friend. And whenever he got back, he sat me down and he talked to me like I was an adult. I remember thinking how special it was that he was talking to me not like I was a child, but like I was an adult. And he apologized. And he explained that sometimes adults just need time to themselves. And he went through this whole thing, and through his apology, I felt a lot of really big emotions for a first grader. But I remember feeling proud that he thought so much of me to have that conversation. And it wasn't until much later when I was thinking about that moment that I realized how kind of a big deal it was, right? I mean, he didn't owe me an apology. He hadn't done anything wrong. But he sat down with me, he had a conversation with me, and it always stuck. And then working in customer service and hospitality, for my customer service and hospitality peeps, you know, sometimes we have to apologize for things that aren't our fault. We have to apologize that somebody's just having a bad day, right? And for some of the cast members at Disney that I coached on this, they really struggled with it because they're like, it's not my fault. Why do I have to apologize? And I always go back to that lesson that my dad taught me when I was in kindergarten. Sometimes you apologize to help the other person through whatever they're struggling with. And we can all feel bad for somebody when they're in a difficult situation. When a friend's parent passes and you say, I'm so sorry. You didn't do anything wrong, but you're sorry that they're feeling that way, that they're carrying that burden, and you can't help them with that. It's okay to apologize even if it's not your fault. Because sometimes you just need to look at it from the other person's point of view. Sometimes you just need to understand that telling somebody that you're sorry and explaining the reasons behind what you were doing and treating their feelings as though they are valid is huge. It means you're looking at the other person, and human to human, you're having a connection. This is a big lesson, and it's one that I continue to learn. But the lesson, apologize. We know when we need to apologize, whether or not it's our fault. We know when the situation calls for it. And if you need to apologize, apologize. Thank you for joining me for this week's Weekly Wisdom, week 4 of leadership lessons that my parents have taught. What leadership lessons have your parents taught? What are you still using today that your parents have taught you? Don't forget to leave it in the comments. And also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a YouTube button right here that you can hit, and it will automatically take you to the page. We're getting so close to 100 subscribers. That's our goal. I can't wait to see you next week. And don't forget, you got this. Have a great week.